Hi, Pisces. This is Jeffrey. I'll take off my glasses for the glare. I'm sitting around eating pineapple, reading tarot cards. I love pineapple. This is Ripecolor. I'm going to do a reading for you for this week, September 27th, 28th, beginning on when you begin the week. And I do a 3-card reading for the energy of the week. I've been doing it by elements this time. I usually go through the whole horoscope in order, but I'm doing it by elements this time. So you're kind of in the middle instead of at the end. Nice. Maybe next week I'll do elements and I'll begin with water and I'll begin with Pisces. I don't know yet. Okay, so this is the energy for the week. It's also I'm feeling for the full moon, which I think is Thursday. Okay. One, two, three. Okay. There might be some sort of situation that you've decided to move on from. It could be some sort of either some sort of business arrangement or business opportunity or business, something to do with money or security. It could be the home situation. It could be a job. It could also very well be a relationship that is no longer healthy, that is no longer nurturing, that the thing, sometimes I feel like the thing that Pisces doesn't quite understand is the fish is moving both ways, right? It's two fish moving in opposite ways. They're attached. There's a real duality to it. And Pisces gets so much information from spirit all the time. It's just kind of your nature. And I feel like you have the information and you really, I feel like there's a certain clarity this week in seeing things for as they are. And you might have this feeling of nostalgia or this feeling of I owe you something, or maybe a sadness of, it didn't really work out the way you thought it was going to, or maybe, you see somebody or a situation as clear, like all of a sudden you get this clarity. And you don't really know what to do. And you don't, it's like, well, what I don't want you to do is play martyr, right? Oh, they'll never get along without me. Sure they will. Sure they will. None of us need fixing. Everyone's exactly where they're supposed to be, exactly when they're supposed to be there. And even if they're having a hard time, and they're supposed to have a hard time. Sometimes, hard times come up to teach us who we are, to show us how brave we are, how courageous we are, or how creative we are, or etc. So nobody needs fixing, nobody needs saving. And if a situation is no longer serving you, whether it be emotionally or financially or sexually or I don't know, folios, artistically, then doesn't the bird is making an unusual noise. I don't know what it is. Yeah. So hear the call of the bird. Hear the call of the new bird. You know, it's like, what is that? What is that? And go and find out, because it's something new. Because the same old song is no longer going to serve you, and the same old habitual don't allow yourself to be left out in the cold. Don't allow yourself to be left out in the cold. So this is a very interesting card. This is the 5, right? So the 5 is always about change. So the big question in this card always is, are they leaving or are they entering? And maybe one is entering the light and the warmth, and one decides to stay out. And so the one who decides to go in has to leave the one that wants to stay out. So I don't want you to stay in a sense of exile, in a sense of because I'm helping my friend. You need to help yourself. You need to help yourself, and once you get yourself settled, then you can help your friend, if your friend wants help. Sometimes I feel like the highest form of service that we do for one another is to allow each other to be imperfect, allow each other to make mistakes, and to allow each other to have our own experience, right? We learn by solving. We learn by doing. And sometimes you could put something all in front of somebody and they're like, oh, I don't know what to do. It's like, I gave you all the tools. And if you don't know what to do, figure it out. It's kind of like, I gave you the pan, I gave you the eggs, I gave you, the cheese and the onions and all the other stuff that goes in the omelet. Look it up online, I can't make the omelet for you. Sorry. Oh, well, it's not really, oh, I can't do without you. Sure you can. Sure you can. I don't want, you have a choice. You could stay out in the cold, or you can move into the light. It's really that simple. So I would choose the light. Like, yeah. It's time for a new story. It's time for a new story for you. And I think you already know this. I think you got the download. So trust your download, okay? You're Pisces. Being intuitive is just like anything else. The more you work the muscle, the better it's going to get. The more I cook, the better cook I become. The more I paint, the better I become at painting. The more I do whatever I do, the better I become at it. So I've been doing videos for a few weeks. So initially it was like, now it's like I do one, I have it downloading, and as it's downloading, I'm doing another one, and I know how to like cut and paste all the words and stuff that I have to put in it. It's gotten easier. It's gotten easier. And probably in a week or two or three, it'll get even easier still. You know, because like I kind of figured it out, and you know, was it uncomfortable? I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, it was uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable. So life's uncomfortable sometimes, but I worked my way through it, and it's time for something new. It feels like it's time for something new. It's time to move forward. I feel like you kind of learned the lessons you were supposed to learn. You know, sometimes you meet somebody and you think, oh, we're going to be together forever and ever. The only one you're together with forever and ever is you. You know. And sometimes, you know, you have a chance encounter with somebody, and or you know, you're really friendly with somebody for like a month or two or 6 or 2 years, and then it's like, well, we've already offered each other everything we have to offer. So to, you know, be in the same movie again and again and again. You know, it's great when they have those, when they have a like a blockbuster movie, and then they have blockbuster movie number 2, and then number 3. You know, but after a while, it's like, oh, it's the same story. I'm so bored. I'm so bored. It's like, can we redo something? Can we, you know, everything has its lifespan, so to speak. So I feel like, yeah, it's definitely time to move forward. To move forward. Okay, that is my take for the week. You already know. Pisces. You already know. You don't need me. But I'm glad you tuned in. Jeffrey, Ripecolor, like, subscribe, press the button, ring the bell so you get the things. If you want a one-on-one, my information is below. And thanks for tuning in. Have a